Today I'm going to give you guys my step-by-step full version tutorial on how to air dribble that got me over 4 million views on TikTok, and I believe will help every person at every rank become closer to doing a successful air dribble. You're going to have to put in the practice, but I believe everyone will be well on their way after completing this tutorial. First, I want you guys to go to Training. Click on Custom Training, and then go to Browse, and click on JakeRL, which we'll be using for the tutorial. Now before we start, we need to do something important that a lot of new players don't yet know about. So click Start, go to Settings, Controls, View and Change Bindings, and scroll down to Reset Shot. Make sure you know which button this is bound to, or go ahead and bind a new one. Personally, I use left arrow. Now once you guys have bound a button to this, close out, and you're ready to begin. Now what I want you guys to do is pause the video in between steps and don't move on until you're comfortable with the current step, because each step is a prerequisite to the next. Accelerate your car toward the ball, and immediately after the ball bounces from the ground, hit the ball up by driving your car under the ball. And reset shot after each attempt. Don't move on until you're comfortable with this shot. Now when the ball's further away from the goal, you're going to need to incorporate boost, so try to read the same bounce, but using boost this time, and reset shot after each attempt. Now, we're going to try to read that same bounce, but this time, right after the ball bounces up, I want you to get your car under the ball and press jump. And I want you to reset shot after each attempt. Keep in mind, you want to get under the ball as much as possible, because if you get over the ball, you're going to get no height for the air dribble. Now this part should be cake, so read the same bounce, and instead of jumping once, I want you to press your jump button twice, which will allow you to double jump, and try to get under the ball as much as possible. Now we're going to work on the actual aerial mechanic. So after double jumping, I want you guys to tilt your car back by pressing down on your joystick. This is simply an exercise in muscle memory and just getting comfortable with what you need to be doing during this mechanic. Now you're going to incorporate everything that you've learned, and after you tilt your car back, you're going to use boost to try to get a second follow-up touch on the ball. I highly recommend pausing the video at this point and practicing this step over and over specifically, because it's going to help with your muscle memory. Now we're going to do something I like to call the boost bounce. So you're going to pop the ball up using everything you've learned, and then boost until right when you hit the ball, then let go of boost, start boosting again until you hit the ball, let go of boost, and repeat this pattern until you can confidently score with this method. At this point, just understand it's totally normal if you hit up all your plat friends, get them in one game, and dunk on all of them at the same time, just so they have to watch your replay. Now once you guys get more familiar and more comfortable with this mechanic, you'll be able to hold boost for longer periods of time and incorporate mechanics like air roll, which will allow you to carry the ball even further and add some style to those clips. Now when the ball's rolling flat on the ground towards you, all you need to do at first is just chip it up. Keep in mind that the harder you hit it, the less work you have to do, but it's easier to save. The softer you hit it, the more work you're going to have to do, but it'll allow for some style and be harder to save. After you guys chip up the ball, I want you to accelerate your car and use boost as needed so that the ball is above and just in front of your car. Now after chipping up the ball and getting in the right position, I want you guys to simply jump, tilt your car back, and use boost to get a follow-up touch. As you can see here, I'm chipping the ball up softer so I can get more of an air dribble out of it and ultimately make it harder to save. When the ball's closer to the net, you don't necessarily have to use double jump, but it's the same principle regardless. If you don't use your second jump and you're quick enough, you can actually get a last second flip that will catch the opponents off guard. I know this isn't really an air dribble, but this skill can be very useful and is basically the same mechanics. Most of the time I double jump, especially when the ball's further away from the goal, because if you don't, you're going to have to use a lot more boost to catch up to the ball. I think it's important to mention here that I don't just use air roll for clips. First, I use it for changing the direction of my car to any angle at any time, which allows me to hit the most awkward of shots. Second, it allows me to change the momentum of my car by boosting in specific directions to slow down or speed up. And finally, I'm not going to lie to you, yeah, style. Now at this point, if you guys followed all the tips and recommendations of the video, you should be well on your way to making everybody watch your sick replays. If you guys enjoyed this type of tutorial and found it helpful, please like and subscribe because I'd love to make more, and please let me know if you guys want to see my step-by-step wall to air dribble tutorial in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching.